Recovering from a miscarriage has many aristas. You have the body, the mind, and the spirit, and all of them are a world to see, and they are also intertwined. But before everything, this is my disclaimer that this is not medical advice. This is just my experience and my own research about all the areas. This not intend to replace any medical appointment or something like that. So I'm gonna start with the body. When I had the miscarriage, I tried to be careful because the muscles around my utero and the upper part of my legs hurt when I did so much. So I stayed in bed the first couple of days. I went to the bathroom, of course, but that was. I have to mention that I get bored pretty easily when I'm not moving or doing something. So we saw a TV show at first, but after a couple of days, I wanted to do more stuff. My hubby had his last vacation week, and he used it to taking care of me and the kitties and the food because I can't stand takeouts. So we try to do simple meals. A big change with the meals was that when I was pregnant, I could not stand meat. So we had the best burgers we could afford, like a replacement. And I had a difficult time eating them. But after the miscarriage, I only wanted to eat burger, rice, and tomato. So I think it was for the bleeding and the iron necessity. When my hubby came back to work, I had to start doing the chores. Otherwise, it would be impossible for him to do everything. Those days, I did the essentials, like cleaning the cat's litter or cooking. It was hard work just to stay stand. The muscles pulled. Even to be seated for more than a couple minutes hurted. So please take it easy. When my body got used to stay stand, I did more chores. The hardest one were going upstairs to hang clothes or putting away the trash downstairs. I had to lay in bed after those until I got better. If you need a rest, please take it. Just one step, one day at a time. One day I did too much and I bled again. As I mentioned in my last video, I had to stay one more day in bed. So please don't overdo so you don't have to start again. The physical recovery to me felt long, but it was just because I wanted to be okay, like ASAP. But seriously, I think if you take care of yourself for at least 2 weeks, you're gonna be okay. I would recommend to go for a little walk, nothing spectacular, so you don't damage yourself. At the beginning, I could just walk 2 streets away and come back to the house, like not doing chores at home at the same time, just the walking. Add more chores or exercise as you feel you can, and rest when it's needed. After a month, I walked and rode my bike in short distances, like 1 kilometer or so. So, if you're in the beginning, just keep going. Another body arista I found in my experience goes hand in hand with the psychological one. At the beginning, I was focused on my uterus and strength recovery, eating whole meals and doing what I could, grieving and crying when I needed. But then I wanted to get pregnant again. So I started to research and I found a helpful book. It is called It Starts with the Egg. It's pretty informative and it talks about fertility, miscarriage, and IVF in case you're interested. This is not a sponsor, by the way. So I started to think in forgotten stuff like my old TSH levels and if that could affected my miscarriage. or if I should have taken a prenatal. So I decided to start taking grass-fed beef liver pills, and I have it too. So we could have more natural nutrients available. Just to make sure that everything's okay, I made an appointment with an OBGYN. So I recommend that if you have doubts. If you miscarry naturally, your hormones should be in tone quick, and you may want to get intimate with your spouse or partner. But I have to tell you that it's not recommended to have sex until at least 2 weeks to avoid infections. But I could add that your body may not be ready yet to have that kind of physical effort. Just to be cautious. Even though our bodies can be ready for many women, in our minds are still grieving. And we can feel ashamed or guilty, or we can have fears in order to conceive again.
And yeah, I've been there, questioning myself if I made the right choices or if this will happen again. Because it could happen again. I don't want to freak out anybody, but I don't know why this is taboo talking, but the statistics are 10 to 25% and in a miscarriage, and these rates increase when you are in your middle 30s or if you have hypothyroidism, for example. But that doesn't define your experience.
I recommend to learn how to do it better, for example, through the book or understanding how the female body works. But at the end of the day, there are some stuffs that we cannot control. And that's where the third branch intertwine, the spiritual one. And please, hang in there. Every person has a faith or a belief system. Even those who think there is no God, they believe in themselves or in medicine. So, whatever you believe in, just keep the faith. I don't know if every woman who struggles with these things will have their own baby in their arms. There are medical options, and if you can, maybe you can adopt a child and give them a hope and a future. There are people who adopt animals and have a farm and take care of them. There are different types of family. If you feel yourself betrayed by medicine, people, or God, I hear you because miscarrying is not easy in any sense. And many times people can be mean or disrespectful sometimes when they don't mean it. Medical staff or people can say inappropriate things or things that don't align with your belief system. Just focus on what truly matters. Look for other professionals or think that the people you love want to be there for you, even when maybe it's not what you want or need to hear. If your relationship with God was affected, I really get it. Mine was too, because I couldn't understand why. I still don't know why. It could be for many reasons, like a genomic abnormality, for example, and this one many times had the greatest odds. It could be for a developmental problem or a metabolic issue, but no matter the reason, I was still mad at God because I prayed this way. If you allow me to get pregnant, please make it healthy till the end. And that didn't happen. So I was deeply disappointed. And I think it's normal to be. After all, it's a great loss. But I have to admit that I felt peace since the beginning. Then I got mad, and then I saw how he was with me the entire process. How he gave me strength when I couldn't do more, or how he led me to specific books so I could learn. I am so much better now. I felt love and care. So if you are mad, at least leave the door open and he may surprise you. This topic is so abundant that I could go on and on talking. But until here, I really hope that this has been encouraging. Give it a like if you like it, subscribe and comment. I really like to see your comments. Take care and God bless. Bye bye, friends.
¿Te vas a sentar conmigo? I'm eating them. ¿No te quieres estar aquí? Yo. I don't want to freak out anybody. Hey! Oh, te la